Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica, and on here we're all about self and spiritual improvement. If that is your vibe, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications to get notified when I put up more content. On today's video, we will be talking about the differences between high self-esteem and pride. So even though both are not synonymous in any ways, we have the tendency of mistaking one for the other. And I think that's one of the mistakes, I think that is absolutely one of the mistakes that I've made growing up. And it just wasn't good, especially because God really detests pride. I hope that at the end of this video, we're able to identify our flaws and work on them. Pride refers to an excessive or inflated sense of self worth or ego that can lead to arrogance and a disregard for others. It often manifests as a refusal to acknowledge one's flaws or mistakes and can hinder personal growth and relationships. However, high self esteem refers to a positive evaluation of oneself characterized by confidence, self acceptance, and a sense of worth. It enables individuals to acknowledge their strengths and weaknesses without severe criticism. Personally, I feel like pride is you always wanting to be at the top, you always being insecure, you always being in the competition, you always seeking self validation. That's literally what pride is, because you don't want to ever hear or accept the fact that there are some persons that are better than you. Cannot be better than everybody. I'm sorry, but I don't even feel like anybody's better than anybody. Everything is just in your head. High self-esteem is literally self-acceptance and self-worth. With high self-esteem, you know that whether or not you get a particular job, whether or not you pass an exam, whether or not you pass a test, whether or not you're able to be successful at a particular thing, it doesn't define you. Pride is a sense of superiority over others, while high self esteem is a sense of personal worth, not against others. A few years ago, I was in a dance and acting group, and I would always get mad at the instructor or anybody that would tell me that I did not deserve to get the lead role, or I did not deserve to be in front while dancing. Like, I don't take me to the back. Don't even put me at the middle. Let me be at the front. And anytime I realized that anytime that I wasn't asked to be in the front or asked to lead the dance, I would get really mad. I may not even talk about it verbally or communicate that I'm angry or whatever, but for the rest of the whole dance rehearsal, I'm not smiling with anybody. I'm not speaking to anybody. My face is molded. I just frowned because why am I not in front? Why am I not leading? That was I had so much pride in me that it made me so depressed. I had so much pride in me that I just needed everybody to know that I am good enough. However, if it was high self esteem, people would just know without you even having to tell. People would know just by looking at you. Like, high self esteem speaks so much volume that there are so many persons that would walk up to me, like so many of my friends would tell me how much they feel like I have pride, and I would always just shun them and be like, oh, whatever. They're just upset that I'm confident. They're just jealous that that I stand out. That was how I used to think. But honestly, I'm looking back at it now, and they were not wrong. They were really not wrong. I was young. I was naive. It's not an excuse to exhibit pride in place of high self-esteem. Now I'm speaking because I know better. If I had known what I know currently back then, I don't think I would have been that girl that would literally always want everybody to know that I'm good. I just want to rub it in the face of people that I'm better than you. Literally, that was it. Like, I had, oh my god, I had so much pride. So if that's you currently, always seeking validation, always wanting people to know that you deserve to be in front. Everybody deserves to be in front. Everybody deserves to be seen. Everybody deserves to be acknowledged. So if it's not your turn currently, just be okay, be fine, be satisfied. Let your self esteem, let your self worth speak for you. You don't even have to be mad. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to let anybody know that you're upset because you were not chosen, because you were not picked. Don't worry, you've been chosen by God. Even before the foundation of the world, God has already chosen you. He gave you a name. He gave you a place. He gave you skills. He gave you talent. So you don't even need worldly validations. I promise you. Listen, this is so hurtful. So I'm going to hold your hands when I say this. That is not self confidence. It is pride, and it's going to take you down. Pride is rooted in a deep feeling of insecurity and worthlessness, while high self esteem is rooted in a deep feeling of security and worth. There are certain things you say to people or to even yourself that you just know very well that, oh my God, my self worth is literally on the floor and I have to pick it right up. I have to work on my self esteem. I have to build my confidence. If you feel that you're worthy, you wouldn't even care how people rate you. You wouldn't care how people measure you. Like, you would don't care. That's going to be the last thing that ever crosses your mind. But now, when you're concerned and trying to control how people perceive you, that is just proof that you're insecure about your worth and you have to work on yourself. Pride cannot exist with humility, while high self esteem can exist with humility. Humility is the quality or state of being humble. It's like you not thinking that you're better than anybody because honestly, you are not. I remember calling my friend a few months ago while I was hunting for a job, and I spoke to her whether or not there was vacancy or an opening at her place of work, and she was like, "Oh, what do you want to do?" I'm like, "Anything, girl." She was like, I have to be particular because the only job they have currently, the only vacancy that they have currently is for cleaners. And I'm like, oh, okay, how much do they pay your cleaners? She's like, V. I'm like, yes, how much do they pay your cleaner? Because honestly, I don't care. I don't care if it's a menial job. I don't care if I have to run errands. I don't care if I have to clean. I don't really, honestly, I don't care. Like sitting in the office 24/7 when you don't even have enough money in your account. Like, what's the point? Do you understand? Like, what's the point? If I can clean for you, that's why I say like I've worked on myself so much to the point where worldly validations don't even move me. Like, and you would never see me moving with people, moving with friends simply because of aesthetics. What do you mean by you cannot wait on tables? You cannot serve people because you feel like that's going to like reduce your steez. What steez exactly? What steez do you even have? You don't have enough to feed on, you don't have enough to depend on, but you're literally concerned about what people would say because you don't want to do a job that will feed you. Ha, please, oh, leave pride and hustle. Like, I think when I was in secondary school I was taught dignity of labor. Like, take pride in anything that you do or anything that you feel like you put food on your table. Take pride in it. Take pride in people will not feed you. People will not feed you. If you're that person that all of your self-worth comes from external factors, you're not even ready to be rich. Especially if you're poor. Pride cannot admit its shortcomings, while high self-esteem can admit its shortcomings. A person with pride is always in a competition. Therefore, if he or she admits their flaws, they would feel like, oh my God, this person will think they are better than me. So no, I'm not even going to apologize. No, I'm not going to admit that what I did is wrong. But you see a humble person, you see a person with high self-esteem, they will literally come and tell you that what I did is wrong. And they will tell themselves that the fact that they have flaws doesn't take away from who they are. The fact that they have flaws and admit to their flaws would not change who they are on the inside. To be very honest, I find it really attractive when people are able to like admit their flaws. Like, you just know very well that I can't be always right. You would realize that there is always a sense of security in the thought patterns of somebody with high self esteem or somebody that's just really, really humble. Pride is never satisfied and is inconsiderate of others, while high self esteem is satisfied and considers others. All that a proud person is concerned about is being better than another person. That is all they are concerned about. How, oh my God, what can I do to beat Veronica? What can I do to beat this one? What can I do to surpass this one? Oh my God, that is literally the only thing that goes on in their mind, like 24/7. Like I've said this countless times, the only thing you should be concerned about, the only person that you should be concerned about being better than is yourself. Is whom you were like a few hours ago, is whom you were a few days, a few years ago. It's like getting back from that bad decision that you made, how to not do that again, how to not repeat your mistake. That should be the only thing that goes on in the mind of a productive person. But you see people with pride, they will never accept that somebody else is better than them. And the moment they find out that there is somebody else that is better than them, they start to fight that person. Like sometimes it's physically, sometimes it's mentally. They are fighting that person, always looking for ways to like make that person feel like they are not enough. I'm going to tell you all a story. I'm a storyteller. I have stories for everything that happens. So this thing I'm about to say, right? I don't know. Like I said earlier, I used to be somebody that was always in a competition. I used to be so proud that if I don't lead, like I'm not following. Because I was too busy trying to do everything by myself, trying to prove to the world how good I am, I wasn't able to understand and enjoy the graces that God has bestowed on me. Currently, like if you look at me very well, I don't know, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like the ones I know I'm conscious of is like really, really high self-esteem. Like I am so confident right now because I know God better. I'm not even stressing. You see the way I'm talking small, small. That's how my life is. There is nowhere that I go that I don't dominate. That is one grace that is literally within me. I don't understand why I was doing gra gra back then because it's something that is already in me. I went to two universities. I went to a university in Nigeria, actually a polytechnic in Nigeria. And if I tell you that with the whole crowd in that school, I didn't even run for any position. I didn't do anything to even be in the faces of people in that school. Almost everybody in my faculty knew who I was. And to be very honest, I knew less than 10 people by their names and even their faces. Because that's how much I did not want to be in the face of people. Before I went to school, there was already a notion in my head. There was already a picture in my head of cultists. But I didn't want to be out there. I was literally doing my thing. Like I was a soft girl in school. Oh. I think the one thing that even made me stand out was my results. When my results came out, everybody were looking for me. Lecturers would literally come to the class and were looking for me. Like, who is Veronica Adoga? Who is Adoga? Who is Adoga? That was how much I stood out. Like, my result was literally doing the whole thing for me. I didn't even need to run for any position in my Nigerian polytechnic. I didn't need to like put in any physical muscle. Lecturers were literally giving me handouts for free. If you school in Cotonou or Togo, you would know that the population is not as much as Nigeria, so you're secure, like you're safe. And then when I entered my final year, it was now time for the election. And I remember my dean calling me to her office and asking me what position I would like to run for. I kept on telling everybody that I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. But eventually, I ended up picking the form for vice president. And on the day of the manifesto, I'd already prepared my speech, plenty English, plenty promises. My opponent decided to step down. Oh my god, you guys, it was an emotional moment. Because to be honest, I was already thinking that I wasn't going to win. I was already feeling like, let me just do this because I feel like it's better you try something out, something that you always want to do. It's better you try it out and not win. I don't like to lose. Nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to fail. But this time around, I just told myself that let me just try this thing out. Let me try this thing out. I don't know what the outcome would be. Make sure that you pursue your dreams. Make sure that you pursue your goals. Anything you want to, go for it first and not succeed. And you already downplaying and down talking yourself. Anyways, on the day of the manifesto, my opponent decided that she would step down. People should not play with God, though. You should not play with God. You can play with any other thing in this life, but you see God. Please don't play with God. Anyways, God told her to step down, and God gave her reasons why. But I'm just so grateful that God considers me worthy of that position. After the whole election and stuff, there is this guy that ran for the position of president but did not win, and then decided that he would throw me and bully me into giving up my position. He would always tell me that I wasn't worthy. He would always mention some other persons that he feels are more deserving of my position. He would always this is literally your insecurity showing that you're literally so angry that you can't even contain it. You're literally so mad that you did not win, and now you want to try to like pour your frustration on me because I won. I would ignore him. Like I ignored this guy for weeks. if I tell you that I ignored him because I'm like, what's this? Like, why are you trying to make me feel bad? Why are you trying to put down my confidence? Why are you trying to make me feel like I don't worth it? Like I don't deserve it? And when I saw that he wouldn't stop, I decided to reply him. But I gave him just one response that just changed everything. You know, these people that would always want to come for you because they feel like you're really quiet. I don't know if I'm deviating from the topic already, but let me just you guys. You know, these people that will feel like they can, you know, walk on you, step on you, do whatever it is that they want to do to you because they feel like your aesthetic is like really quiet and gentle and calm, so you cannot retaliate. I've had so many persons do that to me, especially in school. I've had so many persons underestimate my ability to like punch them in the face. And I don't even have to do too much. I just have to tell you one word. I just have to tell you one word. And your life will literally turn around. Like you can't even try. Like, oh my god, I'm the wrong person for you to ever think that you can intimidate. Pride cannot give praises to others, while high self esteem gives praise when necessary. There are people that would literally see you working so hard, but to just tell you well done, to just tell you well done, it's going to take so much from them. Sometimes they never even tell you well done, sometimes they never even compliment you. People will literally see that you put so much effort into beating your face, into making that dress, into doing so much for yourself. But instead of praising you, instead of complimenting you, they try so hard to look for a complaint. Do you understand? Instead of saying, "Oh my god, I love your makeup," they might just be like, I think your blush is too much. I think that eyeshadow doesn't look good. I think your brows are too big, they're too thick." Like, why can't you just say, "I love your makeup, but next time I feel like you should put less blush. I love your outfit, but next time I feel like a purple bag will go better with a purple shoe." Like, there are always ways to do these things. I don't care if you consider me an enemy because I don't have enemies. I will literally compliment you. Like, I think that's one of the qualities that I love about myself right now. It's like, you may go days without talking to me, but once I see you appear, once I see you in public and I see that you're looking too good to be ignored, I will tell you. If I can't even walk up to you, I will text you. Be so secure with yourself that you're able to acknowledge and compliment others when you see that they have put in so much effort into a particular thing. Even at your place of work, let's say you're learning a particular skill with somebody else. Let's take baking, for instance, and you see that somebody else is getting it better than you. You don't even have to be mad. You just have to understand that their learning process and yours is different. You will eventually catch up, but it's not your time yet. So if it's their time now, you don't have to be envious. You don't have to be proud and hold yourself back from telling them well done, from complimenting them, from letting them know that you see them, because you really do see them. Pride is not until you carry your shoulder up. Pride are like all of these things that I have mentioned. If you can identify them in your traits, in your character, then this is a sign that you have to work on yourself. Honestly, I feel like self evaluation and self development is something that you owe to yourself. It's something that you just know that, oh my God, if I don't do this thing for myself, nobody's going to do it for me. That is why I created this channel in the first place, so that we know very well that these things are not too small, these things are major. They are like all of the little components that makes us who we are. If you can let go of pride today, you would see just how much your relationship would expand. If you stayed here to this point, I just want to say thank you, because it means that your life is definitely about to change. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, turn on the post notifications, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Love you all. Mwah.